Hello everybody, today is Zion Teves and we are beginning Paraches, and we're in the middle of the discussion of the three channels of energy, that all things in this world could either be getting their vitality from Kedusha, Klippus Noiga, or the Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. And it's this little vicious cycle, this positive feedback loop that happens, that if I am doing a mitzvah right now, so I am simultaneously receiving energy from the Kedusha, but I'm also putting out energy and increasing energy in the Kedusha. And if I'm doing an Avera, I'm receiving energy right then from the Shalosh Klippus Tmeis, but I'm also increasing the negative energy. And if I use something from Klippus Noiga that has both elements to it, then by my intention, I can either raise it up and increase light in Kedusha, or down and increase the negative energy of Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. Now today the Alter Rebbe is going to take it a step further specifically when we're talking about food. There's something unique about food, that it becomes part of your body. So if you eat something not kosher, and the life force of that not kosher food is coming from the Shalosh Klippus Tmeis, so at that moment when you eat it, you are ingesting into your body and it becomes part of your flesh, it becomes part of your energy. And even if you do mitzvahs with that energy, and even if you daven and learn, you can't elevate that energy because it is in the Shalosh Klippus Tmeis, which we said is usher. Usher means bound up, and it's bound in Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. It cannot become elevated. If you're eating something that's not kosher, something that is kosher, and you just did it with the negative intent, you did it for self-gratification and not for, to serve God. So at that moment, when you eat this food, you lowered that energy. It was Klippus Noiga, it was coming from kosher food, but you lowered that energy down into the realm of Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. So if you then do tshuva, and you say, you know what, God, that meal I really want to dedicate to you, I'm going to now go learn, I'm going to go daven, I'm going to do mitzvahs, so you can elevate that energy, because it's heter, it's open, it's unbound, you can elevate it, but there's a little part of you that still has that, because that has a little bit of tumah in you, because when you ate that food, it went down to Shalosh Klippus Tmeis, and at that moment, it became part of your blood and part of your flesh, and it gave you energy at that moment. So to clean yourself from this tumah, whether from the not kosher food or from the kosher food that went down, even if it was only momentarily, to clean yourself, we go through Chibut HaKever. That's what they call the purgatory of the grave. Some say that's why the body decomposes, that there's this klipa that attaches itself to our body over our lifetime, and if our soul wants to enter into heaven unhindered, we really need to scrub away at this tumah and clean it off. That's why we go through Chibut HaKever. But the Alter Rebbe is perturbed for a second. He says, one second, our nefesh bahamis, our animal soul that's within us, that is the one that leads us towards self-gratification and not serving God and all that, he himself comes from Klippus Noiga. The animal soul is born from this energy of Klippus Noiga, who it's mixed of good and bad, but it only desires things that are like him, coming from Klippus Noiga, that have a mix of good and bad. If we do good, it raises up. If not, it goes down. But he's not attracted to Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. How is it possible for a Jew whose only attraction towards negativity is for these parav things? How could he do an Avera that's really Shalosh Klippus Tmeis? And the Alter Rebbe describes that as you feed the beast, every time you indulge, even if it's something mutter, that you're like, hey, I'm going to have a second helping of that steak. I'm going to go, let's say it's watching movies. Let's say it's going shopping, nice clothes. All these things are all mutter, but it's indulging. And as you indulge, every time you indulge, you take that Klippus Noiga and it lowers down to Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. And as you're in the proximity of Shalosh Klippus Tmeis more and more and more, so the nefesh bahamis will be attracted to that. And even though naturally he's not, but if you keep indulging in matters of the world and you indulge and lower the Shalosh Klippus, the energy of Klippus Noiga down to Shalosh Klippus Tmeis, you get attached to Shalosh Klippus Tmeis. That's why the Alter Rebbe says, Kaddish Atzcha B'Mutter Lach, that even in things that are not usher, you still want to constantly only be doing things that connect us and attach us to God. So that is today's Tanya. And Shem, we will see you tomorrow.